Normally, what happens is we have a lot of different perception about our own self. So, because of which we are normally underconfident or we feel nervous, and a lot more reasons. Now, today's topic is something that, based on my life's example, that is how do we see ourselves versus how others see us. Hi, this is Laveena Pinto here with you, and welcome back to my channel Queen Bee Zone. Today, as I said, the topic is something like related to what we think about ourselves and what others think about us. Now this thing crossed my mind when I went recently to a clinic, and I met the doctor, and I was very keen on telling my problems. Basically, I had this problem, that problem, and the doctor suddenly stopped and he told that you're a quite positive person, you look very vibrant, and these things. And I was like, okay, I'm going for so many problems there, and he's telling me something good about myself. Well, that was something very interesting to know. Well, I know about that I am a positive person that way, because this is the common thing which I've heard from many of them. But how I see myself is something that I want to share today. Now, what happened other than this incident? Recently, I was talking to my coach, and I was telling her my plans. I want to do this, I want to do that, I don't want to do it this way, I want to do it this way, and a lot more. And when her turn came to tell me something, her first word was, I want to name you as a free bird. Now, I asked her the point, like, why did she say something like that, that free bird? I love the word, by the way. She's like, you are the person who doesn't want to be controlled by anybody. You are independent, you have your own thinking, you use your thinking, you know what exactly you want, you're very clear with many things. Now, that was something which was very interesting to know about myself from others. Most of the time, maybe I'm looking out for validations, and that is when I get those energy boosters. So today's topic is more about that. I'm going to share more details about it. Stay tuned. I have a different view for when it comes to beauty, when it comes to intelligence, when it comes to smartness, when it comes to different aspects. I have a different vision for each. Now, what happens is I walk out of the room saying that yes, I am all in that. Like, I am perfectly fine, I'm confident, I'm positive. But what happens is when I see the other person much knowledgeable than me, much good looking, much confident, then I am I step back, maybe like quite many steps back I go, and I lose that thing, that what confidence I had, that goes shrinks literally. Now this is happening with me for a while, because from childhood I've been having the stage fears, public fears, and a lot of things. So basically we were not that bright kids who were like first benchers, or who stand out for everything, raise their hands for yes, I will do teacher and all that. So I was not that kind of kid, maybe because of that. And our parents were also very conservatives and very protective for us. So maybe because of all that factors, maybe I've built in that in myself, that that confidence level is still not grown. But compared to what I see my childhood and now, I have grown a lot in the past years, especially since I moved out of my parents' house to Dubai. From that time to now, I have changed a lot. Like, I can, much confidence is there. And for now, what I'm doing, like YouTube channel, this would have been a dream, I'm sure. I would never ever think that I would be able to do something like this. So I have broken a lot of barriers for myself, maybe so basically today I'm going to talk about the things that we normally think about ourselves, and why do we think it, and maybe how we can change it also. It's not just for others, I am working on myself as well, because I still have a lot of challenges where I need to overcome those things. So let's see how we go about, and let's see how this topic comes out. Is it that I am the only one who's got all these challenges? I don't think so, because I ended up meeting few people, and in this context I just had a random conversation, and I came to know that everybody has got their own insecurities. Now, why do we have these insecurities? Maybe many reasons will be there, due to some of the rejections, family issues, the upbringings, maybe the school environment where we studied, it was a difficult one. Any family relations, inside the family, if there was any kind of challenges that were going on, we build those memories in our brains, and because of that it happens. Like, for me particularly, I have learned it that my parents were very protective. We were having restrictions for everything, from coming late, going out, dressing, from name it, and we had all those restrictions. So maybe because of that I have stopped myself, and I felt my independence, to be honest, after I came out from my comfort zone, that's my parents' house. When I started living alone, that's when I started breathing that fresh air, I can say, like that freedom, that no restriction life. I can do whatever I want. But yes, of course, in certain manners, I was very missing my parents and all that stuff. But then that freedom is something made me a much better person than I was. Like, I have not broken all the challenges that I had been facing, but I think I have overcome quite many. Now, to overcome many, it is very difficult. You need to have a lot of things to be there in that. Like, for example, now when you go to a corporate job and you see you have this different nationality people, when you see their dressings, you tend to want to dress like them. So, how you take those things, how you learn how you can fit into that kind of style, and all that plays a different role actually. One more reason why all these thoughts become stronger within ourselves is because we start to compare ourselves. Now, it's not necessary that we compare ourselves itself, but there is a comparison that is built with us from the childhood. Like for me, we were in a joint family, and so we had our cousins and all that stuff. So most of the time, we would be ended up comparing to them, or something of that sort, whether it is on a neighbors, maybe neighbors also sometimes. Then as we grew up in the school, like because my marks were not that great anyway, so my marks were always compared to the others and told that they are doing this, we are paying the fees with so difficulty, you're not learning, and see how they are learning and all that stuff, so those comparisons somewhere they get stuck in your brains and they grow up now. And as it grows up, we start personally comparing ourselves to others every time, and it happens automatically. It's not that we want to compare ourselves, and believe me, I feel sometimes I am much ahead of many other people who are like struggling or whatever, I have come way too ahead from all that where I was left behind, so but the point is that comparison still stays somewhere. I tend to compare myself to my seniors who are well dressed. Maybe even I compare themselves, oh, they dress so nicely, and look, my dressing is not good. When they talk about the knowledge, same knowledge I would also have, but then they talk very confidently because okay, they have a different way of talking. Even if I know that I can be more better than them, I still hold myself. I don't speak in public if I have to ask anything also, questions or something like that. So basically that comparison concept sticks in our brain somewhere, and it is pretty difficult to take out, but taking it out will relieve 90% of the challenges. So comparison is something that we should stop doing it for our kids or whatever, and I think that is something that is a useful tip. One more reason which these days I feel, which I doubt myself more, would be the fake pictures. That is, I won't say fake pictures, but the filters that we use. Now recently I was trying to click my picture with the camera. I have got iPhone, but with iPhone, for some reason I was not happy with the number of pictures I clicked. Why? Because there were no filters. And obviously as I'm aging, I can see there is a lot of difference on my skin, and sometimes if I don't put makeup, then there is dullness on my face, or my dark circles can be seen or something like that. But I've been so used to taking the photographs with the filters that automatically I look brighter, I look cleaner, my face looks cleaner, I look beautiful, my hair gives a different look. Entirely I look different in terms of the clear, there is a clarity, much clarity, and brightness and all that stuff. So I feel this is another reason, we are used to with that kind of world where we don't want to face ourselves. That is one serious problem with me, which I need to rework on that, because I need to tell myself that I have to accept the way I am. And this is one of the biggest thing which I've been learning for the 2022, that accepting myself, accepting my flaws, accepting my whatever there is, the way I am. If I feel that I can't accept something, then I need to take steps to change what changes I need to do, so yeah, basically these fake stuff that we do, and those are one of the basic reasons for that kind of thoughts to be stronger, how we see ourselves. Now, just like the doctor and my coach, the way they told about me, there are many people who tell different things about myself. They tell all the positive things that I want to listen. Now, why they say like that? Because when they compare themselves and compare me, maybe I think there is a difference between that, because they find that I'm much more better, much more talented, much more creative, and a very bold person. Basically, bold is something that has been used to me many times because my friends have told me this. I'm pretty bold enough, I'm knowledgeable, and all that stuff, like, So basically, they feel that I have all those qualities, what is missing in them. So when it's common that, when I feel that other person is beautiful, that means that is the thought in my mind that I have, because I have certain certain barriers, like in terms of when it comes to beauty. I know that I'm beautiful, but I know somewhere that I'm beautiful, but when I see the other person, and maybe they must be beautiful actually, but then I feel, I compare myself and I tell myself, no, okay, they are much beautiful, kind of thing. So basically, this is one of the thought that we have within ourselves, which we express, and the other person, like same way, if I'm talking about somebody else, I will tell, of course, they're so happy and so loving couple, like, even we are the same, like, but ultimately we tend to compare and compare and compare, and that's when we tell that, we are not good and others are good, but that's not the reality again. Having said all these things related to what I see about myself and what others see about me, what I feel is that I have few questions. If you can answer, let me know what you think about these questions. Are you happy with what you see yourself in the mirror? Are you happy with what you do? Are you happy with the people who are around you? Are you happy with whatever you are doing for yourself? Like, now if you say yes for all these questions, then I think you are perfect. All that you have to do is sit and clear your mind with all these things and keep yourself ahead of everyone. Like, if you keep yourself behind and think tell that everything is fine, then it doesn't work. But you have to tell yourself that no, I am good, I am beautiful, whatever it is, whatever things it is, you have to be ahead of your thoughts. Second, if your answer is no for all this, then yes, of course, then you need to sit and think, where is the problem? Make a list of those problems and try to make changes if you really want to do some changes. If you want to do some changes, you have to take small steps. Not that you're going to tell that everybody that you're beautiful. It cannot work that way, right? You have to work on yourself. You have to work on your mindset and start building that confidence. So ultimately, the truth is that everyone is different, and everyone has got different opinions about you, and you have different opinion about others. So that is going to be common. But the point is, honestly, no one is scared about anything. No one is worried about what you think, what you feel, how you look. Doesn't matter. Once in a while they will make a comment, but then it is just the that's the flow of that speech must be otherwise I don't think they will sit and think about us. So I think first important thing we need to learn is that we need to stop judging ourselves, stop comparing with anyone and everyone, and be ourselves, love ourselves first. So this is something, the learning that I have taken from the conversations that I have heard and I've been listening to from my partners, friends, colleagues, now my coach and my doctor as well. And I think we should look out for a happy and a positive life. So this is Laveena. I hope you like this video, and let me know what do you think about yourselves, and let me know what do others think about you. Do share it in the comments, and if you have not subscribed to my channel, do subscribe. This is Laveena signing off. Thank you so much.